Excuse me. All right. We are up and running, folks. Hello, Internet. How we doing? Back to Chemy Cat this week. Also the damn it. I forgot to update the number on the title card. I updated the number in the title, but not the title card. Dang it. So before we get to the CAD, I'll talk about some things real quick. So Discotech put up a new batch of deep dives way sooner than I thought they would, because they put them up today. So what we've got is, as you see here, I'll just list them off real quick. We got Dan Kuga, Magical Knight Ray Earth, or Magic Knight Ray Earth, Spare Seraph Snyder, Tetsugen 28, Get a Robo Armageddon, Star Ocean EX, Violence Jack, 12 Kingdoms, Jinray, Hells, Tachigui, Street Sharks, Appleseed, Sex of Fury, Giant Gorg, Futakoi Alternative, and Futakoi the Complete TV Series, Female Yakuza Tale, excuse me, Fatal Fury the Movie, Extreme Dinosaurs, Electric Dragon, Double Dragon, City Hunter Shinjuku, Captain Harlock the series, Berserk, Blue Comet Lasner, Lupin Third, Cagliostro 4K, Barefoot Gen, City Hunter Movie and TV Special Collection, City Hunter 91, City Hunter Complete First Series, Shaman King, well, actually, no, that ends at 91, and I think the first series. I think we stop here for the new stuff. So yeah, good stuff. I already favorited Ray Earth because I really liked what I saw of Ray Earth from Super Robot Wars T and I guess by extension 30, and Shider for the growing Toku collection. I don't think I bookmarked any. Oh wait, no, I bookmarked Harlock because that was also SRWT. I should probably as well bookmark Double Dragon and the Fatal Fury movie for the dumb video game collection. I usually see the list grows because Discotech does really good stuff. So yeah, all of these are available on Media OCD's website. Check them out. That's basically a direct purchase from Discotech. So, and I can personally vouch that they have good shipping because that's how I got my copy of Winspector, is directly from them. And it came very well packaged, undamaged. It was nice. So yeah, good stuff all around. Since we aren't talking about the summer gaming event stuff until basically 2 Sundays from now, I kind of want to touch on some of the stuff from the State of Play, but not everything. Mostly just the stuff I'm interested in. So we have to scroll down for a while. I'm not that interested in like the new God of War stuff, but their new God of War look cool. Hey, Devil Spidey, how's it going? It's also very clear that, hey, guess what they're going to be using as a basis for that God of War trilogy remake they're making? This game. Nice. Like, if it's not obvious that with Faye having all the air combos and all that other stuff, it's like, this is going to be the basis of that God of War trilogy remake, is basically everything under the hood on this one. And like, good. You know what we used to do? This. We used to make a game and then reuse stuff from that game in the next game. It also looks pretty cool. Like, I give up credit for like Faye being like basically Kratos, but like a lot quieter and more of a, I'm going to fucking skin everybody alive in the immediate area. Rather than the big bombastic angry. She's more of a quiet angry. Oh, of what? Because they put out a blog that detailed a few more things. So it was basically like, yeah, no, this is the... Okay, so here's the thing. The sword's not talking, it's the ribbons talking. So technically it's not that. Also, we are dealing with the god's afterlife, so like, fuck it might be Excalibur. To be fair, they've not done anything at all with Arthurian reference. Right. I think I saw... I forget where I saw it. I think saw something somewhere that said, like, the ribbon was Merlin, and I'm like, alright, we'll see. Like, if that's the case, it's a femme Merlin, and how very fate of them to swap genders on Merlin. Why would they triple up his identity? Because he's already Loki. Why would he also be Arthur? That feels like far more complicated than it needs to be. That feels like just pulling at strings to make something. It's just like, you put your... If you move the letters around, he's also Arthur. And I go... Oh, yeah. But it feels a bit early to be like throwing that out there with like just be like, if you rearrange the letters. I'm like, that is the fucking letter theory that Railway Writer has, where it's like, yes, the first letter of the alphabet corresponds to something in all the writer shows. Right, Arthur's a part of his own mythology. Man. But yeah, it looked good. It looked fun. Marathon, it's got his season 2, whatever. Bear in mind, I skipped a bunch of stuff before you hopped in. So it was funny because I was mainly just want to talk about what I was interested in, which, as you can see, I've scrolled past a lot of things already. What did they do? Because I know I saw a picture of a player count comparison between Destiny 2 and Marathon, and it's not very flattering. And I'm like, well, yeah. One of these has terrible accessibility, and the other one's Marathon. Tokon revealed Doom's team, which the folks I was listening to, well, one of the folks I was listening to, because I was actually listening to 2 different groups of people, because I felt like it the other day for the state of play. Basically was like, yeah, we're probably going to get Ghost Rider's team at EVO, since they revealed the Knights of Doom team here at the state of play, which, hey, look, it's Goblin, Magneto, and Carnage. Cool. God, I feel awkward talking about Wolverine because I was talking to my mom about the state of play, because I've looked extensively at the leaks for Insomniac. What did Sony do with Marathon? Did they do did they do the thing that extraction shooters do and no one paid attention until they did it, and they're like, wait a minute, this is a thing you do? I'm like, yeah. Did you not understand the genre? Because don't worry, there's a game. There's a game here that I'm like, y'all do not understand what you are signing up for if you go and if you play this game. Oh, they did. They fucked up the back end on the storefront. Damn, that feels fixable. That also feels avoidable. Good job, Sodi. Yeah, as I was saying, like, I feel awkward talking about Wolverine because I've looked extensively at the leaks for Wolverine, and yeah, I know a lot about this game. Like, more than they will ever show pre-release, because the script was a part of the leaks, and I've read the script, so I know everything that's going to happen in this game, because they've changed nothing. Because why the fuck would they? I've seen some folks in the Discord have been also are like, why is it pink? Why is it not pink? Why is it purple? And I'm like, oh, because it's like the weirdest thing in the world to have a hang up on, of just like her psychic powers are purple. I do. I do. But I don't know. Maybe there's an accessibility option that'll let you change it to pink because, fuck it. Why not? Who cares? Because, yeah, again, people in the Discord are like, why is there no X-Men in this game? And I just have to stare and just sit there and go, there's a reason for that. But that requires basically spoiling the game. So I won't say anything and just say, play the video game. Because there's a like, the most I could say is, play the video game and reminder that there is an Easter egg. So, in Spider-Man 2, there is what one could interpret as the X-Mansion. And in fact, Insomniac kind of put it on the nose because there's a bunch of X's in a circle around the building. But it's not labeled as the X-Mansion. It's not labeled as anything. It's just an old building on the north end of the other of the like the second map that just looks disused. Like no one's been there for years. Again, I say, remember that. And how they say there's no X-Men. No, it's deliberate. I can go pull up footage of that the Easter egg real quick. So 1 second. Like there's the building. If you have seen any of the recent basically any live action X-Men movie, this is clearly the Institute. This is clearly the X-Mansion. It might be the same one I saw because the thing about Merlin being the ribbon was a part of a leak, apparently. But yeah, no, this literally looks like basically any modern interpretation of the X-Mansion. I think it does. It might. I don't remember offhand. I just read it once and was like, all right, cool, and moved on. Yeah, it's only when you go up on the roof that's literally a stylized X-Men logo. That's an X stylized like several X-Men logos. Not only is there one, there is two. On this mansion, on the north side of a map, in Spider-Man 2. Because again, I'm saying things a specific way to not get knee deep in the leaks and the spoilers and all that in case people don't want to hear about them. But I am saying things in a specific way of they have literally put the Institute or the X-Mansion in Spider-Man 2, hinting at the X-Men going forward. There is a very specific reason they are doing this. There is a very specific reason that they have said that there is no X-Men. If you want to know more, I can say more. But you have to consent to the knowledge. What else was there? Onimusha looked neat. Although apparently the demo was not a lot of people's fancies. Oh god, this Rayman Legends. I feel bad because, like, first and foremost, this game doesn't look as charming as the original Rayman Legends. It just doesn't. And someone posted one of the music levels, and I'm like, this is lacking. Well, it's not fully 3D. It's 2.5D because it's 3D models on a 2D plane. If it was fully 3D, it would be like some of the original Rayman games. This is just a remake of Rayman Legends in 2.5D, basically, instead of sprites. Yeah, there's 3D cutscenes, but the gameplay is 2.5D. It's still the same side-scrolling platforming that the original Legends game was, because this is just a remake of Rayman Legends. And also, for whatever godforsaken reason, Ubisoft... Yeah. Yeah, the 3D cutscenes are separate from what the gameplay looks like. But yeah, I like some of the charm. And then the Ubisoft is also like, the future of Rayman games is going to predicate itself on the sales of this title. And I go, that's stupid. But fine, whatever. Okay. We have a new Stuntman game. And this time it's using actual stunt scenes from actual movies instead of generic movies with stunts attached to them. Some people I was listening to were excited for this, and I was like, guys, you need to understand that this is a sicko fucking coded franchise, right? Because there's 2 other Stuntman games before this one. They are sicko coded ass fucking video games. They are not like friendly to normal people. As someone who played Ignition within the last year to try to test it out and do a little bit of retro achieving for it, they're sicko ass coded games. Like, let me see if I can find a quick long play for like Stuntman Ignition. Just so people can get like an idea of like one segment of that game. Let me get to... Okay. Yeah, here is an actual, like, level. And it is all score-based, because it's an arcade. It's basically an arcade game. Or an arcade-coded game. Not an arcade game, but an arcade-coded game. You're having to do very specific things in a very specific order at a very specific time in order to do the scene. If you fuck up these, which is really easy, I know there's no audio at the moment. I haven't messed with the audio to output it. I also have it muted technically. But yeah, if you do not do these, you fail the level. And it's real fucking easy to do. Especially if the game does not control well. Which Ignition, it's on the loose side. Also, they are not generous about you passing close to some vehicles. This is level 2 of the game. And you saw how, like, you know, everything you had to do. This is not. This is a sicko-coded game. Like, one of the folks I follow on Blue Sky was like, these games are sicko-coded. I don't know what people are going to think. And I'm like, yeah, this is going to be what happened with Silksong, where people went into Silksong because of the memes and stuff and went, why is the game kicking my ass? Why is the game so hard? And everyone has to go, did you not fucking play Hollow Knight? Did you forget you're playing a fucking a difficult Souls-like game? That here is to kick you in the fucking shins until you fucking learn? That's the Stuntman series. It is here to kick your ass in the fucking shins until you fucking learn. So yeah, I can't wait people to be like, this game's too hard. And I'm like, yeah, did you play the last two? I know you probably haven't because they're both on the fucking PlayStation 2, but still. But yeah, that was basically it from the state of play. Like, there wasn't anything else that was interesting. I thought this was a Turok game for a second. Then it was like, this is the Lost Wild, which apparently was already announced at some other point. And I was like, ah, cool. Horror dinosaur game, sure. Mucking with some things on the back end, folks, so 1 second. Because I forgot to set up some certain stuff before we got going. I will give Sony credit. That was like the second good state of play in a row. I wonder why that happened. It couldn't be because they've gotten rid of somebody recently that was demanding a lot of games, a certain type of video games, and they basically kicked his ass out. It could be anything. It could be nothing. It could be any reason. For those wondering, I'm referring to Jim Ryan because he's the one responsible for Sony trying to go all in on live service games. And they have basically demoted his ass and canceled all said live service games. So yeah, we are working on the Agito Chemy tonight. We're going to start working on it. I want to talk about how we're going to tackle this before we really get going. So, Agito, much like the Ryuki Chemy, is a Chinese dragon. So he's just, serpentine body. With some front arms, some back arms, head, tail. Star Wars game? What Star Wars games? Oh, the XCOM one that everyone probably forgot about because they announced that game and then didn't show anything else for it ever again. Even though, like, I would play that, but I like my fucking tactics games. So I'll play it. I played the fucking like one XCOM game no one remembers from the newer XCOM games. In fact, I played it on stream because I played Chimera Squad on stream. Nobody remembers fucking Chimera Squad. That's the most recent XCOM game for people, for those curious. I played that. So yes, I'd be interested in a Star Wars Tactics game. Anyway, the challenge here is basically, how do you make a posable Chinese dragon? Well, thankfully, Soto solved this problem for us. So if we go over to Soto Chronicles stuff, I'll just open up several of these images because it will help. So they've done Drag Ritter already, which you've seen from the times I've shown off the Chemys, is basically the exact same as the Ryuki Chemy with just a different head. So how they have this set up is they have, I wish these images were a little bit bigger. Hang on. Can I get some better pictures? A little bit better. So, how Soto Chronicle did Drag Ritter, and I think other versions of Drag Ritter have also done this, but I don't have personal experience attached to them, is each segment that you see here is one end is a ball joint, the other end is the socket for the ball joint of the previous segment. And that is the same for every single one of these segments into the head, except for this tail segment here, which is one end is a ball socket segment, the other end is just a little plug for the sword to go in. So that's basically what we're going to emulate. But on a much smaller length scale, we're not going to have this many segments. What we're probably going to have is we're going to have basically this segment here. That'll be a midsection, then a segment that'll be for the front legs, and then a segment for the back legs. To get an idea of how these will be laid out. There's our midsection. There's the front part. There's the back part. And then we'll have one more segment each, front and back. This will have the tail connected to it. And then up front here will be another segment. That'll have the head. But here's the fun part. These three midsections right here are going to be, in a modeling sense, identical. The only difference is going to be where the ports are for these legs. Because on the front, for the front ones, they're going to be up front. For the back ones, they'll be in the back. For the midsection, they won't exist. But that's easy enough to do because we just have to model it once and then basically create two duplicates and then model in a pair of ports. Since the legs are going to be separate pieces anyway, they will just plug in and be done. Most likely, these two segments are going to be basically the same as those other segments as well. It just kind of depends on what it's going to be when we get there. But that's kind of like how we're going to do this. We're going to try ball joints. I have not tested any ball joint I have ever modeled. Let's see if I got the damn thing right. So we're just going to assume it's right, and when I finally muster up the will to actually do it, we'll see if I model it up right or if I need to change things. But yeah, that is the plan. Also, I love all these Persona 6 leaks. They make me so excited. Or not Persona 6. Well, there are Persona 6 leaks, but there's also like some ratings board stuff for Persona 5 Revival that makes me just go, oh yeah, that game, I don't particularly care. Like, we have a fairly definitive version of 5 with 5 Golden. Like, is it a bit crunchy because it's basically an up-resed version of the Vita, up-resed Vita version? Yes. Does that matter to me? No. It's enough. Granted, I've never played Golden. I just played 4 Original, and that was enough for me. I don't really feel the desire to do Golden. Just like how I don't necessarily feel the desire to do 5 Royal, basically. Also, I picked the wrong plane. Or no. Yeah, that'll be good enough. Probably gonna go with something a little bit more elliptical. Unfortunately, my desk is a mess. Put it up. I don't feel like digging for them. So we're just gonna make up some measurements. We also don't have any blockies updates from this last week, but they're apparently at a convention this weekend, so we probably will get information then. We're still waiting kind of on information for the Toy Story figures they've done, or they're doing, because it's not in a standard size class that they have, but it is still a blind box figure assortment, so we're gonna have to kind of like wait and see what the sizes for them are. I'm kind of hoping somebody at some point posts the information that is like, here is the sizes for everybody, and I can throw that everywhere because I'm sure that's what a lot of people would like to know more than anything. Oh, what's causing them to go bankrupt? I didn't know they had a subscription model. It help if I exit the sketch first. Also, I think IGN accidentally put out a 10-minute look at Zenless Zone Zero Season 3 a bit too early because it went out and then I guess it got taken down because it's not supposed to go out till basically Saturday after they do their live stream. Well, Oyo does their live stream for Season 3, but what I saw makes me very happy and excited for Zenless Season 3. Okay, I want to get that detailing there. Brain fart. Oh, oops. One, two. actually. Break everything, but it's fine. Ouch. Eh. It is what it is. If when we ever get around to doing the rest of the Final Shape campaign, we'll worry about it then. What do you mean you can't find Facebook? I don't. Whatever. Son of a... God damn it, I hate it when I do that. This is me pushing SolidWorks maybe a little. Oh, yep, yep. Of course. It didn't like that one bit. Okay. That. A bit more cooperative. About to find out. Hey! It works. Oh, right. That's that was not made that way. It was, that way. Oop. Okay. That here. That. Stop that. 11. 5. 5. Right. There it is. I was like, I don't remember the measurement. Okay. Offset from surface. Flat surface. Why does not work? Why did some work and not others? Do I need to turn that off? Probably. There we go. Well, that would be the dragon's back. What we need to do now is come in here. God damn it, I hit the text button. No! Don't mind me. I'm distracted by stuff at the moment. Okay. I'm up to about there. No. right, Spy, you have a good night. Why are you being abducted? 14. 4. Yes. Damn it. I missed one. That works pretty good. Why are you being so uncooperative sometimes, Oliver? I swear. I did it in the wrong. I think I did it in the wrong order. No. That is not what you're supposed to be doing. I was pretty sure I'd done this part wrong, but yeah, it should be. Yeah, I need to make a. Yeah, I did the part wrong. Nope. That's more like it should be. I know, I broke every fucking meat in existence. All 2 of them. Say to make this just a bit longer. I can't wait to go in. Break this. Break everything. Make it a smidge longer. What geometric conditions? There are no geometric conditions. I didn't fucking. Okay. Thank God I saved before I did that. Oh, well, I ain't dealing with that. All right. Okay. Do I want to do the other two parts today or wait till next week so I can do them with the claws? Dun, 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 dun. Heck, damn it. It's sad to say that the back clause was that one, instead of the front clause, instead of the not one. All right. That gets us started. It gets us most of our body shape. We need to chip away at the legs and claws next week. That'll do it for this week. I'm just gonna check some blocky stuff real quick. Oh, trailer for the Prime. Oh, I was wondering why people were posting at 11 1. I forgot that 11 is not 10. 10's the one that's next. That's the one with the IDW Romulus and Ultra Magnus. So we have a Galaxy version 11 that's Lost Light. Okay. Apparently their product listing went up for Galaxy version 11 for blockies. That is called Lost Light, which is the name of the ship from a major story arc from IDW's Transformers comics. So yeah. See what comes of that. But anywho, we are done for the night. Tomorrow. We're back to Across the Cubiverse with Shadow the Hedgehog. We'll be taking a look at that for Cubiverse and doing some Zarrel event stuff. Afterward or before that. Apparently the event is very boring, but we'll find out together. So that's tomorrow. Saturday is still TBD. We'll be doing some Retro Achivo before that. I might have accidentally did the rest of the main achievement set for Deadlocked. So we'll probably doing something else. I don't know. Oh, Retro Achievement wise. And then Sunday, PGSR, we're doing more Kyoryuger, and before that, might be Ninjala. I have to get the game updated and see what's going on with that before committing to that. If not, I don't know. I just know it's probably not going to be Fortnite. So, anywho, if you like what you've seen, folks, drop a follow. Really appreciate it. Excellent. YouTube and chat, because YouTube archive for this and all our streams right now. Basically, all of our run through of the Republic end of SWOTOR is going up. We did both Jedi classes, so it's the two of them. That's going up. It should be out by Sunday. I think all of it should be out. It's been rolling out for the last, I think, couple days, but the last of it should be out Sunday. So there's that. Afterwards, I'm planning on doing basically all the 2018 TGSs, including E3 2018 reactions. So that's the YouTube schedule for the next week and change. Exclamation point, social chat is handles for our social medias, so you know we're going live. Exclamation point, Discord chat, this way. Drop by, say hi. See you tomorrow, folks.